Good evening, friends. I'll try not to blind you with the beautiful sunlight coming in the window, and I won't be a dark silhouette. Anyway, today's Friday, and we've had an interesting day. We had two more requests come in for the He Loves Me books up there. So we put one in the mail, and one we delivered in person this afternoon to a person who lives in the apartment that Thelma and I lived in for the first year of our marriage. It's a much nicer apartment now than it was back then. It's been expanded and improved. Not that it was bad, but anyway. Had a great visit for almost 2 hours with that person until some other visitors showed up, and it's like, okay, we have things to do. It's time for us to leave. Had a very good time. Anyway, then we headed over to one of the local grocery stores and picked up some dessert and vegetables for Father's Day. We're having eclairs. I love eclairs. The big, not the little ones are, yeah, the real big one, bakery eclairs. Although they're not all created the same. I've had some at a restaurant that is like, oh, that looked really good, but it's like, nah. Anyway, I picked up 16 of them, over $20 worth. Anyway, I'm going to have eclairs for Father's Day, and some ice cream for people that might not like eclairs, which I can't imagine. But anyway, and some vegetables for a veggie platter, and we're going to have homemade pizza. Thelma's makes a pizza. In fact, the recipe for the dough I got from a gentleman my father's age at the time, back in the 80s, that used to work with me at a furniture factory, or a woodworking factory. We made other things too, other than just furniture, but parts for other people's stuff. And he had his own family recipe for pizza dough, and we got a copy of it, and that's what we've been using ever since. And so Thelma's going to make pizza for Father's Day, and we're having the whole family here, and so there'll be probably a dozen of us around our dining room table, which is about all we can fit, I think. Yeah, 4 on each side, 2 on each end. Yeah, that's a dozen. So it'll be fun, and hope all you fathers have a good Father's Day out there with your families. Anyway, yes, so so the books are still available. If anybody wants a He Loves Me book to explain God's plan of salvation in very simple and easy to understand and exciting terms. It's not complicated. I'm not going to preach to you right now. Anyway, so we've been outside. We've been out mowing and gardening. I cleaned up all the dead stuff that Thelma bunched up in the garden months ago, it seems like. I got that out of the garden and into the trailer to take to the dump on tomorrow. Hopefully, things go well. I don't know if I'll do a video on the way to the dump or not. Those are getting old. Although there are other places I could go. Anyway, so I cleaned those up this morning. And we had some bags of topsoil that we got at the dump this spring that were being given away. So I got 20, 40-pound bags, and I dumped 8 of those into the garden boxes that I built last year. We've decided that I don't need to build any more this year. It's getting too late in the season to worry too much about what we do in the garden. But Thelma has filled both our garden boxes with plants, seeds, I don't know what, but they're full. They're ready to sprout and produce food. So that's good. She's done that. After she got done, I did the tractor mowing. We have about 3/4 of an acre that we mow around here. And I did the big parts with the tractor, and then she goes around the edges and does the detail with the push mower, which is probably harder than what I do. But anyway, and she's a hard worker, unbelievably hard worker. And then she went out and worked on the garden while I sharpened the mower blade on the push mower and cleaned up both mowers and put them away and did some other stuff around the yard. I forget what I did, but cleaned up around the yard, moved things back where they go. So yeah, tomorrow's a dump day. I've got a full trailer full of junk wood and junk from the garden and a bucket full of metal from the workshop. Have a good day, folks. See you tomorrow, maybe.